what's up? We're starting early because I need to test my settings on Streamlabs for this channel. First thing is, can anybody hear me? Before we do anything, I have to be heard. And then we'll go from there. And I found out how to stream and use my camera on my phone. That's why things actually look decent. So testing, 1, 2, 3. All right, let's use this then. Lumi, can you hear me? All right, can you hear me now? Oh, you already could. Okay. How does it sound? Can you hear my air conditioner? I'm using the mic on my phone, so it should be better. Yeah, it's because I had the mic on the phone and my computer mic on, but I turned it back off because I didn't know if you could hear me on this yet. It's a bit low. How do I make my? Let's see. One moment. Audio. Let's see. I'm assuming this will make it louder. Did that work? Otherwise, I'll just get real close to it like this. All right. And can you hear my air conditioner or no? Do you hear anything in the background? Because it's just that. I don't want it to be heard at all. I will sweat and turn it off if I have to. Oh my god, I'm going to use my phone for mic and video from here on out. Perfect. All right, let me close the settings. So I've put together a little scenario. I could have done it on Roll20, but I wanted to use my toys, my trees, and my rocks, which are real rocks. I talked about that a little bit in a different video. So I put together a little encounter, and you guys are free to join if you would like to control one of the characters. You don't need anything, but I do need you guys to check one thing. Hello, Ayumu. How you doing? I need to check a command. Can you guys do !roll space D20? The D20 is together, no space. Roll space D20. I'm trying to make it so you guys can do the actual rolls. If not, I can do them for everybody, but it would be cool if you guys could also do it. What's up, Wall? How's it going? All right, try roll just 20 without the D. I think it's actually without the D. It's going, man. How are you? Still feeling sick? Damn it, it's not working. So I'm gonna have to roll for you guys. Unless if you want to do the rolls for your character, if you want to join, go ahead and get a app on your phone, just a D20 like dice roller. Otherwise, I'll roll them. It's fine. Still feeling sick? I'm sorry, dude. So if you want to join, you don't have to do anything other than tell me what you want your character to do. I made little cheat sheets for each character. Don't worry about all the info. We'll go over it if somebody picks this character. There's his mini, little dwarf with armor and a shield and an axe. So he's going to be like tanky, doing some damage. Oh, it's set to everyone. But it's fine. I'll get it fixed for another time because we'll do stuff like this more often. We have an elf. So we had a dwarf fighter. We have an elf wizard. She's about to cast some fire spell. You're just resting tonight? Well, all you gotta do is tell me what you want your character to do. But if you can't, that's totally fine. We have Jace the Human Ranger. So he's got a bow. He's going to be sniping people. And we have Linus the Halfling Bard. So she's little. She plays songs. She boosts up her allies and heals sometimes. If I can focus on her. Focus. Her face is not well painted. I didn't paint any of these. Yeah, I'm not on my computer right now, so I can't mod people, but I'll definitely mod everybody later. So, Lumi, you want to play the Ranger? Okay. I lost connection to my other phone and the chat, so give me a second. You guys can still hear me, but I can't see the chat. I'm using like a backup phone to. Oh, there we go. Chat is back. Okay. Give me 1 sec so I can see chat again. All right, well, have a good one, dude. All right, so Lumi's going to play Jace the Ranger. So I will play everybody else unless other people want to join. That's fine either way. So we'll start. Okay. So the group is entering this little clearing in the forest. And you see a treasure chest right in the center on top of a rock. Most of the party is like, this is a little sus. Like, well, who would just leave a treasure chest out in the open like this? It's obviously an ambush of some sort. However, Linus the Bard is extremely greedy, and she just runs up to it. And the rest of the group is kind of like hiding behind rocks and trees and stuff, so you'll be able to see it in a second, but the wizard is over here, the ranger is hiding behind the rock, and the dwarf is just kind of up there. He's like the protector. As soon as the halfling touches the treasure chest, there's an arrow flies right next to her. And everybody who's watching, the whole group, you guys see up here, I don't know how well you can see it on the camera, but there's a goblin up here with a bow. That's where the arrow came from. So at this point, we would roll initiative to do the turn order. Ayumu, do you want to play? You don't have to do anything except tell me what you want your character to do. I have all the info. So let's see. Lumi, do you have any way of rolling dice or no? Like on your phone or whatever? The stupid command didn't work. On your turn, you can do whatever you would like. Do I have a cute character? I have the little halfling girl who plays the. She plays a lute. She's a bard. She plays music and supports the team. She's cute. The elf wizard is a cute lady too. She's an elf. I was gonna have battle music because I usually do when I run games, but I didn't want anything like covering up my voice since it's like a tutorial. All right, so I'll roll for the ones that aren't going to be used at all. I tried to pick dice that are easy to read on the camera. We'll see. I need more of a top-down view, I think, but it took me a while just to get this hooked up to Streamlabs. You just watch? Okay. So I will roll... Actually, let's just do it this way. So as soon as the shot hits the ground, other goblins start appearing from behind these rocks and trees. We got one over there with a big weapon. We got one over here with a little like short sword. And there's one behind this rock. So there are 4 goblins in total. So I'm going to roll for everything else. That's a 19 for the archer. And let me make note of all this. We'll just do it on here. That's fine. So goblin, archer, got 19. Let me know what you rolled on your die. So usually I have a notepad, especially for initiative, but I don't, so I'm just using one of the note cards to write down the turn order. 13. It's going to be hard to get the dice rolls on camera, I guess. Oh, that's a 20. Can you guys see that? 20. You got a 6? Well, you're still going before the guy with a two-handed weapon over here. You're going before him, at least. He's going dead last. We got that. And then... Who am I missing? Oh, the wizard. Okay. So it's going to go the goblin archer over here. Oh, you kind of can't even see him. There we go. Archer, dwarf, halfling, wizard is behind this tree. The 2 with the daggers. Then your ranger, who's behind this rock. And then the two-handed guy with two-handed weapon is going last. Let me just go like this just to show what we're looking at here. I wish I could get it to stay like this, but I don't have anything to hold it at this height, unfortunately. So I'll just move it around if you need to see stuff. There we go. Oh, I broke it. I broke it, but okay. There we go. That's better. You can see everything except for the archer that's on that tree. Cross, what's up? How's it going, dude? We're getting ready for some combat. Tutorial of sorts. All right, so the goblin archer goes first. He took a shot at the bard and missed. He's going to take another shot at her. She is right there. I rolled a 9, and he gets to add 3. That's a 12. He just misses her. So another arrow gets shot right next to her, and she, at this point, understands that it was an ambush, and she was just being greedy. You just woke up? Nice. I've been up for a bit. I actually woke up and was productive and wanted to do this, so I worked on it up until now. Putting all this together and the character sheets, the cheat ones. I do sheets like this for like NPCs that I don't plan on using a bunch, just so they have a sheet. I won't go like with the full page sheets because those are a lot of work for like an NPC that might show up once. So index cards are amazing. So the archer missed again. So it goes to, where's my turn order? The dwarf is going to go. Now, if nobody wants to control the dwarf, Lumi, do you just want to control like all the characters? Or do you want to stick to one? Cross, do you want to participate? All you have to do is tell me what you want a character to do, and they will do that thing. You don't need to do anything else. So I guess since the tutorial, I'll explain the initiative really quick. Is everybody rolls a d20. Everybody in the combat rolls a 20-sided die, and they add their dexterity modifier. So if we use Jace, if you see dexterity right here, he has a 16, so his modifier is +3. So he gets to add 3 to any initiative rolls, which is pretty solid. So he usually goes early, but not when he rolls low. Anyone you need me to? Okay. For now, I'll just control everyone. You control the ranger. All right. So the dwarf sees what's going on. He's like, oh, again, she's getting us into trouble. He's going to run up. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can move 6 spaces. He has a speed of 30, and each square represents 1 foot. Or, sorry, 5 feet. So he's going to get up to here. And let's see. So during your turn, you get movement, action, and bonus action. Action is usually like your attacks, and bonus action is usually like something small. You'll be the archer. Lumi's the archer. Do you want to be the dwarf? The tanky guy with the shield and the armor? You'll be the dwarf? Alright, so let me reset him and you tell me what he does. So the group saw a treasure chest in the center. Our bard friend was greedy and ran at it, and she's getting ambushed by goblins. What do you want this guy to do? Playing Thargus, the Dwarven Warrior. And I will get the Nightbot command fixed for next time, so you guys can just roll in the chat. Because it's more fun if you're rolling if you're playing along. So you can move and then attack. And for his bonus actions, let's see. He has a little heal he can do, and he has a thing where he can get an extra action. So he can attack twice if you want. But you usually want to use that when you're close up on an enemy. There's a joke within D&D where combat can take what's it called? A really short time in game, or sorry, combat can take a very long time in game, but not as far as the actual gameplay. Like it's happening really fast. Every turn is 6 seconds. So the goblin up there shooting an arrow was 6 seconds. Oh, the tree. So in game, it's going really fast, but it's taking a long time because people have to make a lot of decisions. And travel is the opposite, because I could just say, okay, you guys went from here, now you're in this town. What do? You don't have to like role play all the travel. I like to though. All right, Cross, are you there? Boom, boom, boom. There, we kind of got everything in the picture. All right, for now, I'll do the dwarf's turn. So he's going to move up next to his friend. He's gonna just berate her a little bit and be like, "Ah, you should have waited. It's obviously an ambush." And because she's small, he's not going to attack this turn. He's going to use his action to like grab her and like put her behind him, knowing that she's a bard. She's not really like a frontline fighter. She's more of a support with magic and music. And then he's going to just stand there looking around. He's surrounded. And then it goes to the ranger. So, Lumi, what did you want to do? Right now, he is hiding behind this rock. So, what he can do, besides just shooting the bow, he has a spell called Hunter's Mark. You can mark a target, and if you hit them with an attack, you do extra damage, and it stays on them as long as you can keep concentration on it, which we'll get into if it comes up. Let me actually grab these markers just in case. See, now I don't know if the chat is quiet or if it got disconnected again. Let me see. Am I still here? I gotta go check the computer behind me then. One sec. Okay, so you guys are talking, it's just not showing me. How am I going to make that work? Otherwise, I have to run back and forth to see the chat. Hold on. Let's see. No, the one in front of the treasure chest is a halfling bard. She's a musician. She's part of your group. Like, gonna have people join VC? Not for this one, but in the future we can. Just because I'm not set up for it. Alright, so let me fix that phone real quick. Because I can't be going back and forth like this every time. It's gonna be rough. Let me see what happens if I just reload this. Give me one sec. That's the only downside to using my phone as a camera is I cannot pull up YouTube while it's up. Because I'm pretty sure the picture will just go away. It says connected. Technology, right? Oh, I'm a genius. I'll make my other phone a hotspot and then connect to it. So it's not on Wi-Fi. Give me a moment. All right, give me one sec while I fix this, and then we'll be good to go. Yep, it's still there. Okay. have to connect this phone to that hotspot. We're going to get this. I'm going to connect to myself. Searching, searching. Gonna make this work. All right, that's not working, so we got to go back to the other one and I'll just have to keep reloading it. It's fine. Let me get it back up real quick. This is why I should buy a laptop. I don't need to buy a camera now because I can use my phone, but I should buy a laptop. It made me search something random. No, I'm trying to go to YouTube, bro. In the meantime, how's everybody's day? I can't see the chat, but I will in a second. Like I said, I woke up early and just started planning for this. I got all the board and the characters and their sheets ready, but not the technical side of it because I figured it would just kind of work. A tablet, maybe? Yeah. Okay, I can see chat now. If it gets slow, I'll just reload it. A PS5, that would be cool. I have to get a PS5 for Kingdom Hearts 4 just for that game, which I don't like having to do that. Good. After you woke up, you're still waking up. No headache today? Let's go. All right, so let's redo. So Cross said he wanted to attack an enemy, but this is an ally. And the other enemies aren't really in your then you won't have your axe and they might pick it up and use it. You know what I might do? Hold on, I think this might work. What if I do... What if I watch the stream on this phone? Because I know I can exit out of this and still... We're trying something. Oh, my volume's low. Now it is. Alright, what about now? It's gonna sound worse than it did, but you can hear me now, right? Alright, we're gonna have to do it like this then. I don't know why the phone mic stopped working. I'm sure the AC is very loud, whatever. What I'll do is, we'll do this just how we've been doing it, and then I'll do a different one another time with everything working. We'll just keep this going. What I was saying was the Bard has a feature where they play a song or they sing whatever your Bard would be good at, or whatever you want them to do, and they can buff allies. So Bardic Inspiration gave the Dwarf a buff. So when he rolls on anything, he can add a d6 to any roll once. So if he misses a target, he can roll a d6 and potentially add 6 to his chance to attack. AC isn't bad, it's fine, we'll just wing it. So that was the Bard. And then I was saying the Wizard sees her friend in trouble, or just sees the ambush. The goblins have not seen her yet, she's been behind a tree. So she's going to throw a firebolt spell at this guy right here. If I can get this out of here. So because she has not been seen yet, and that goblin doesn't know she's there shooting him, she gets advantage, meaning she rolls 2d20s. She takes the higher roll. She got a 9 and a 12. So we'll take the 12. She gets to add. Boom, boom, boom. If you see in the center, it says spell attack bonus +5. We use her proficiency bonus, which is +2. Everybody has the same proficiency. It just gets better as you level. So every character level 2, no matter what race, what class, whatever, they always have +2 at level 2. And then her intelligence is her like ability for casting spells. So 3 and 2. Makes the 5. So that's going to hit. And she's going to do 1d10 of damage. Fire damage. Come on, die. Come on, die. We'll just dump them. Oh, we hit the Bard in the process. But we did 7 damage. So I'll mark that that guy took 7 damage. Alright. He took a big shot there. Like, he's hurting already after that. And he looks over, and now he sees her as well. Now it goes to the guys with the daggers, these two. So this guy is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can only move 5 because he's got short legs. Same for her, the Bard. And he's going to throw his dagger at the Wizard. So he's going to roll a d20. And he got a 16 plus his modifiers will hit. And daggers only do a d4 of damage. 2 plus his dexterity. So she took 5 damage. She's fine. And now it goes to... Oh no, sorry, the daggers. This guy's also going to move up and attack the dwarf. So, Cross, you're getting attacked. He rolled a 16 plus his other stuff is going to hit. And the dagger only does a d4, so... Or it's a short sword, actually. It should be rolling a d6. 4 plus his stuff is 7. You've taken 7, but you're pretty tanky. You're not hurting or anything right now. And then it goes to Lumi. Your character is here, behind the rock. You have not been spotted yet. This guy's pretty close now. But you can shoot anybody except for this one, because your friend is there, unless you want to move your position. It's obviously more fun when a lot of people are playing, but this is just a tutorial, so it's fine. If you have any questions, ask. That's also a thing we're doing. And I'm going to go ahead and reload the chat, because every time it doesn't update, I'm like, Not sure if it's working or not. Fun stuff. We'll get this fixed for next time. Yeah, I didn't see any of that. Okay. Yeah, Cross. That's why I think you would like this. It is straight up Fire Emblem. The only difference is if you're a player, you're just controlling one character, and usually it's a character you create. I just made some, ones for you guys to use for the tutorial. But the combat legitimately is just Fire Emblem. You got the grid and everything. So you want to Hunter's Mark him? Okay. So for Hunter's Mark, we will use green, because Forest, Ranger. So we'll put this green ring. These are just the things you find on sodas, by the way. If you guys have heard of Critical Role, it's like the most popular D&D like group. They live play, and the DM used these, and it's brilliant because they fit around the medium creatures perfect. The small ones, it's not gonna look good, but whatever. So he's got a green thing on him. He's marked. So that's your bonus action. You can still attack and you can still move. He does not notice you're there because after she shot him, he just ran at her, didn't even look over your direction. So if you shoot him, you would have advantage. I'm going to make this tree like this so you guys can see a little better. And just to show everything again. It's essentially, the party right now is 3 ranged characters and 1 that's like meant to be in melee. I didn't want to make too many characters because then I have to make more enemies and then the combat gets even longer, but I wanted a nice little variety. So you said this one is the one you wanted to Hunter's Mark and then maybe shoot him? I guess let me show your... I should be showing the character sheets since I made them, like, as you guys are figuring out what you want to do. And I just made these characters real quick without, like, looking up anything. I just gave them all the same stats and they plugged them in different areas. Like, a ranger wants a lot of dex, he doesn't really need intelligence, whereas the wizard has the 16 in intelligence, because she wants that for her spell casting. Now again, I don't know if it's... You know what I should do? I should just check it on my main phone, and if the picture goes away for a moment, that's fine. Or if somebody could say something, because I don't think... I don't know. I don't know. Just to keep it going then, because I don't know if Lumi's here. We're going to shoot that guy. Something. Okay, it's working. I don't think she's here right now, so I'll roll for her just to keep it going. So, the Hunter Ranger casts Hunter's Mark, making this guy more susceptible to his arrows. He's going to roll with advantage because he has not been seen by this guy. A 9 and a 13. We're going to add his 5 to the 13. Definitely going to hit with that. And the damage is going to be... Oh no, Lumi, just roll your die that you have. You have a d20, right? Just roll it twice and tell me what the highest number is. You already hit because I rolled, but let's see if you can get a crit. We'll be doing this again more like detailed. This is like the really bare bones of the combat at first, and then we'll do more advanced stuff. Oh, you rolled a 20? Then yeah, you did a critical hit. And he was already hurt from the firebolt, so he's dead. And you would have, oh my god, you would have rolled. So let me explain critical hits. If you roll a 20 on the die, not if you roll this and add +8. That's called a, oh, what do we call it? Crap. It's not an actual 20, but a natural 20 on the die is a critical hit. So what we would do you have other dice like these ones or just the 20? I'll explain critical hits. There's the official way and then the way that I like to do them. I'll explain both. So by the book, whatever dice you would roll for damage when you roll a critical, you roll them twice, add them together, and that's your total. So your longbow does a d8, and then Hunter's Mark lets you do an additional d6. So you would roll these twice, and then add them up. What I like to do is I let you roll once, see the result, and then decide if you want to roll again or just double that. So just for fun, go ahead and roll your 8 and 6 twice, and then add up all the numbers. That dude is super dead. I have to respond to this. And then pull this back up. Damn, 18, and then you get to add your dex modifier, which was 3. So you did 21 HP. That poor goblin, how much was he at left? He had 7 health left. He is as dead as anything's ever been dead. He's done for. Hunter's Mark goes away. However, it's a concentration spell, meaning on your next turn, you can cast it on somebody else. It doesn't go away. And do you want to move or do you want to stay hidden? Like, these guys probably saw him die, but you're still hidden from them. Like, they can't shoot you if you're behind a rock. Stay hidden? Okay. What I think I'm going to do just to make it quicker is on the Bard's turn, I'm going to just keep doing support spells, and for the wizard, I'm just going to keep doing her spells just to make things easier. Stay hidden? Okay, so the other ones know you're there, but you have too much cover. They can't possibly shoot you from where they are. Let's see. Now it goes to the two-handed guy over here. He sees his buddy fighting with this dwarf. He's going to go help him. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So another rule that is very strategic, and I think some of the Fire Emblem games have something like this. Cross, tell me if I'm right. If you're flanking, meaning you're being attacked from both sides, both of these goblins have advantage. They have a really good chance of hitting you because they're hitting you from both sides. By the book, you just get advantage, but players tend to abuse that, so I usually make it a +2 for each flanking character, but we're going to do it by the book for now. I'll go over my homebrew stuff later. Another time. So they have advantage. This two-handed guy coming up from behind you. Wow, do you guys see those rolls? That is a 2 and a 2. With advantage. So he's going to miss. And usually what I do, if the players want to, I let them do it. If they don't, I detail like each attack. So the goblin runs behind you and takes a swing, but you saw him coming just enough time to use your shield to smack his weapon away. And then you face the other one again. You're kind of like having to keep an eye on both of them, but it's tough. Yeah, I know there's things with like allies nearby, they get bonuses in the later games when they started doing abilities or skills, whatever they call it. Alright, so that's the end of the first round. Combat takes a while until people kind of get used to it. It goes back to the goblin archer who is up on that tree to the left. I don't know if you can see him. I hope you can, because he's green, but he's got some clothing on, so. He is going to take a shot at... Let's see. I think he's going to shoot the dwarf just because people seem to be ganging up on him. Now, normally... I would say this goblin up here also has advantage because you're already fighting two people and then you're shooting, or you're getting shot at. So it's very hard for you to block two melee attackers and an arrow or dodge it, so we'll see if it hits. A 6 and a 9. I don't think that's going to hit. The archer adds... longbow. It's going to miss. That does a total of 14. And his armor class... Where's his card? It's under all the stuff. His armor class is 17. So armor class is how much armor you're wearing, how protective it is, but it's also your dexterity, how quick you are to dodge. So you could be like a monk with a ton of dexterity, and instead of taking hits, you're just dodging them. Or like this dwarf, just be heavily armored with a shield and be very hard to get hit. So it just bounces off your armor because you're moving so fast, dodging these goblins surrounding you. Now it goes to the dwarf again. What would you like to do? Okay, Ayumu. Sounds good. Have fun. Thank you for lurking. Alright, the one with the dagger who, just looking at them, he's the weaker one of the two. So you want to attack the one right in front of you, so we're going to have you roll a d20. I don't think you have a way to roll right now. I'm going to work with Nightbot and get that command working, but I'll roll it for now. That's a 6, plus his attack is 11 total, and their armor class is 13. You just missed it. However... do you want to use your inspiration from the bard to add to that roll? Because you only need a few more to hit him. Marcus, what's up? How's it going, dude? I don't know if I have the commands on this channel yet. I have to, like, copy and paste them all. I don't even have mods right now. I got a mod, people. Yes? Okay, so you're going to use your bardic inspiration that the bard gave you to add a 6-sided die to that roll. 2 is exactly what you needed, so now it hits. Bards are really great support units. You forgot? That's okay. That's why I put the marker there, because I would have forgotten otherwise. My former neighbor knows how to play D&D. I always say, D&D is my favorite game, and I'm including video games. It's better than any video game. They cannot compare. So your dwarf has a axe, a one-handed axe, because he's using his other hand for his shield. So he gets a d8. Wow, you rolled maximum damage. 8 plus his strength is 3. That's 11. That thing is really hurting. To the point where it's not considered flanking anymore. It's like really injured on death's door. The OG RPG, absolutely, dude. Would you want to participate? I have some people playing some characters. You don't really need anything. It's up to you if you just want to watch, though. Alright. The other dagger guy is... oh, no, sorry. That was the dwarf's turn. Now it's the halfling. She sees that that one is almost dead. This is going to be funny. So, bards have a magic spell called Vicious Mockery. Essentially, you insult the creature. They don't have to understand you. Even if the goblin couldn't understand what she's saying, it can affect him. So she's going to say, "You all smell like a bucket of piss." Like, she's just, ugh. And the goblin has to make a saving throw. So saving throws are basically you're trying to resist an effect of something. And in this case, it is it's a wisdom saving throw, which goblins aren't very good at. But he rolled a natural 20, so nothing happens. It would have done a little damage and made him weaker for a turn, but he rolled a natural 20, so he resisted the mockery. And then that was her action to cast the spell. As a bonus action, she's just going to buff you again because you're taking the brunt of all the damage and you need the most help. So you're inspired again. And then the wizard, I'm just going to have her be boring and cast another firebolt on the one that's almost dead. 19 plus whatever she adds is going to be a hit. So he's just dead. I'm not going to roll damage. He was at 1 HP. So the 2 goblins with the daggers are dead. So now it goes to Lumi, your ranger. You can recast Hunter's Mark if you want. Yeah, rangers or any class that has like range is fun when you can just come out, shoot, and then hide again. I might have put that rock in too good of a spot for the ranger. Can you reach the shooter? So I believe an arrow is like 120 feet. So yeah, you can. Because that's like maybe 60. But are you going this way or going to this side? Yeah, there's 2 enemies left. There's the one behind you, which we can say you're facing now. And the archer up top on that tree. You gonna go left? Alright, you're going left. Actually, wait, I forgot one thing. Before you do your turn, so as a DM, combat can be pretty boring at times. Like, this is going very well, actually, but sometimes it's just a slog where it's like you're all just hitting an enemy and they're hitting back, and it's kind of like a drag. So what I do is I set things to happen at certain times. So when 2 goblins have been defeated, something's happening. So before Lumion goes, you hear something growling behind you. And as you turn, you see this. And you're a ranger, you know what these are. These are called bugbears. Like bugbear. And they are literally just big, hairy goblins. So this is probably their leader, their strongest, and he's using them as like his minions. So he's going to come up and attack you. So we're not going to say you're not facing him. You hear it coming. Actually, you know what? Make a perception check. So roll your d20 and tell me what you got. We'll see if you notice him coming or not. Yeah, it's Papa. Papa Goblin. Okay, 11, and then your character's wisdom is +2, so it's a 13. And since he was sneaking, he's going to make a sneak check, stealth, and see if he can beat that. So what I say, you have a 13. He's got to beat a 13, and he gets a +4. He got an 11. That's a 7. So you do hear him coming, so he doesn't get like a surprise attack on you. Or rather, he doesn't get advantage. You see him coming, but now he's going to attack you. Exactly, you could smell him. Perfect. He stinks. Okay, so he's going to attack you not with advantage because you heard him coming. Another 7. He gets a +5, which is 12. And your armor class is 14. So he just misses. You dodge out of the way because you smelled him in time. Now it's your turn. And you're next to a melee guy, which you normally don't want to be. So at this point, we're going to say that your character also has a longsword on him. So you can either run away with your bow or attack with a sword. So if you attack with your bow right now, you would have disadvantage because you're like right next to him with a ranged weapon. You can drop your bow, get your sword out and attack him, or you can use your turn to disengage and run away, but then you won't be able to attack this turn. Attack with the sword. All right, roll 20. Oh, 16 plus whatever you would add. Yeah, you hit. So a longsword does a d8 of damage. 5, and we add his strength because it's a longsword. So he adds 1, so that's 6 damage to the bugbear. And he just kind of shrugs it off. Like, he kind of, like, puts his body into your hit to, like, flex. Like, this is the boss. And he kind of gives you a grin, too. Now it goes to the guy with the two-handed weapon. He's going to try to hit the dwarf again, frustrated that he just can't hit this guy. It was going to be a 15, then it went to a 5, so he's going to miss again. Now that one goblin's dead, you have no issue with this one. You just swat his attack away again with your shield. And now it is back to the top. It's the archer's turn. The archer is going to... He's going to try to shoot the bard. He's seeing that the bard is buffing. He's smart enough to know, like, oh, that one is helping the dwarf. Like, I don't like that. So he's going to target the support. Natural 19 is definitely a hit. Doesn't matter what I add. And she takes 6 points of damage. She's doing okay, but that definitely hurt. Now it's back to the dwarf again. So here, let me... I believe you have not... Oh yeah, you've taken 7 damage. So, fighters at level 2 have second wind, where they can use their bonus action to heal a little bit. You have 28 HP, you've taken 7. It's up to you if you want to heal it or not. You also have something called Action Surge, which is busted. It doesn't require you to use your action or your bonus action, it just happens, like a passive. And you get an extra action on your turn, so you can have 2 attacks, essentially, if you needed them. You can do that once per day and once per day. So you've got plenty of superpowers, because they don't have spells, they have, like, fighting features. You could also use that extra action to run if you wanted to close a really big distance. You could double your movement speed, essentially, and still attack. Yeah, next time I'll have some music going. Like I said, this is like the basic stuff, just attacks and damage and stuff like that. Something to note is if you try to run away from an enemy when they're next to you, they get a chance to hit you as you flee. They get an attack of opportunity. And what's cool is these character sheets I made, I can just use them in, like, when I play a game, we can just have this party in the game, and I'll be like, oh, I got their stats already, they're set. Yeah, if you go after the treasure chest, they'll probably attack you. Take care of the enemies first, yep. So you're going to attack the guy next to you, who I believe you haven't hurt yet because you were beating up the other one, so let's see. You rolled a 14 plus your 3. 17 against the two-handed guy. He's got his own AC. It's 16. You definitely beat it. Your damage was a d8 plus 3. 6. So 9 damage to the two-hander. Got that. He's doing okay. He kind of like recoils from the hit and then just gets back up. He's ready for more. Do you want to use your action surge and do another attack on him, or do you want to save it? And do you want to use your self heal to heal yourself a little bit? Or just tell me you want to stay there and end your turn. And again, you've taken 7 damage, but you have 28 HP, so you're doing fine. But the heal is a little one, so it's up to you. Pichu, what's up, bro? How's it going? Just playing some D&D, my man. Action surge. All right, you're gonna attack him again, I assume. Oh no, you rolled a 2. So you could use your inspiration to roll a d6, but at the highest that would give you an 8, 9, 10, 11. So with a 2, you're pretty sure whatever you roll, it won't hit. So don't waste your inspiration. You just missed the second one. Not the 2. I can't wait till you guys can do the rolling. Freaking Nightbot didn't want to do my cool command. Alright, the halfling is going to go. She got shot. She's hurting. But she also sees this bugbear attacking her friend. She can do one more inspiration, so she'll give you her last one. The tree! Since I only have one orange one, I'll just make the inspiration blue for now. I have different colors for different effects. Nope, blue. So you're inspired. You can, whenever you roll a d20, you can add a d6 to it, essentially. Which you might need because he's right there. And then she's going to kind of like back up towards the wizard. These two are very frail. Despite the ranger being like an archer, he's still like strong and has armor, so he can kind of tank, but he's not the best at it. He's like a dodge tank more than a shield tank. He's quick. The wizard is going to look around the battlefield. She sees that this one's injured and you missed your attack, so she's going to try to snipe him with another firebolt. Actually, she's got cooler spells. Oh, we're going to use Magic Missile, the most popular D&D spell ever. So she releases 3 little orbs of light blue magic and just sends them towards that goblin. So Magic Missile cannot miss. And it does a d4 plus 1 for each little orb, there's 3 of them. So she did 4 plus 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Let's see, 13... He is really hurting, but he's still alive. This dude is barely hanging on. And then she's going to move back just a little bit more. Like, they don't want to get hit. I've mentioned this on the dice video, but I love these D4s. I definitely prefer them to these ones. The pyramids, because they don't really roll. They just kind of like land because of the shape. Emily, what's up? How's it going? They're killing some goblins. Do you want to play a character? Do you want to be an elven wizard or a halfling bard, perhaps? That was the wizard's turn. Now it goes to your character, Lumi. Jace, the hunter. Ranger. In D&D, they're rangers. In World of Warcraft, they're hunters. Same idea. What's up, Pichu? I said hi to you. Yeah. So it's Lumion's turn. She's got inspiration if needed. And you also have Hunter's Mark that you can still cast on somebody as a bonus action. You'll be the wizard? Got it. You are over here with the fire. Just shooting fire bolts and magic missiles. You're Ashrin, the elf wizard. She's level 2. Everybody's level 2. You attack the bear with an 8? Okay. So, let's see. Oh, I didn't give him an armor class. It should be... that. Okay. So you rolled an 8. You can use your inspiration. If you roll high enough, it will be a hit. But you'd have to roll a 6. Or do you want to save it? And if you're attacking him, because Hunter's Mark works for melee attacks too, we'll say that you used your bonus action to Hunter's Mark him. So if you hit him, it does more damage. Roll? Alright, so roll a 6-sided die and add that to the 8 and tell me what your total is. Like I said, I could have done this on Roll20 digitally, but I wanted to play with all my toys and roll actual dice. That's how I'll do most of the tutorial stuff. Just prefer it. Although digital is cool for certain things. You got a 12 total, so it still misses. So your inspiration is gone. The bard has no more left. She has 3 per rest. He is Hunter's marked, though. So you used your bonus action. You used your action. Do you want to try to move? Yeah, Pichu, you can definitely join. You're going to be the halfling bard who just buffs people. She ran out of her buffs, though, so you can, like... When we get to her turn, I'll tell you what she can do. Yeah, you can definitely hop in now. That's what I was trying to go for, was everybody playing a character, and I would just play the enemies. Like, how it would actually be. Yeah, he's in melee with you. That's why you guys are trading blows. So if you move, he gets an attack on you. Your attack that missed, we're going to say it actually hit, but it just didn't do any damage. He just flexed into it again. Like, he's just flexing his strength. He's a strong boy. You're going to stay there? Okay. Good idea. After the hunter, or the ranger, the guy with the two-handed weapon, he's very low. He's seen some of his allies be killed. He's going to try to run away. Cross, it is up to you if you want to try to attack him and kill him, or if you want to let him go, or if you want to grab him and, like, take him prisoner or something. What do you want to do to this goblin? He's at 2 HP, so if you do hit him, he's probably dead. No, he's definitely dead if you connect, because your modifier is +3. Unless you roll the 1, because that automatically misses. Whatever you want. He's trying to run away. He's surrendering. You know what? Let me rephrase it. He's not running away. He's surrendering. He drops his weapon and he puts his hands up and he's speaking in a language you don't understand. But just from the body language and his tone, he's giving up. So taking prisoner, that can be whatever you want it to be. You can take him into questioning. You can make him work for you possibly. But he's giving up. He's saying, okay, I'm sorry. He's giving up. In Goblin, you can't understand him. We'll say in common, he knows the word surrender. So he's saying surrender. Welcome back, Shiny. Pichu. So you're going to spare him. He will... Make... I'm going to have you make an insight check. So basically trying to read this goblin. Like, is he really trying to surrender? Or... You got a 7, and you're not very good at insight. Being a fighter, it's not really your strong point. So you believe him. He's surrendering. So he's kind of like backing away from the battle. He's not running away, but he's not attacking you anymore. He's actually just coming over to his friend. And normally you would, say a prayer for your fallen friend. He's robbing his friend because they're goblins. They're greedy little bastards. So he's just robbing his friend for his turn. Now it goes back up to this archer in the tree. Let's see. He feels pretty safe. He's gonna try to shoot. He's gonna try to shoot the halfling again. He doesn't like her, and he knows she's been hurt already by him. 14 plus his modifier will hit. That's a 7 plus 3. She takes 10. That is going to hurt her. She is very low. Very, very low. Now it's up to the halfling. So, Pichu, what would you like to do? Here are her options. With your insight check, it was pretty low, so you're not sure, but your character, because you rolled low, like, he believes it. So your character believes that the goblin surrendered and won't attack you guys. He could be lying, but in character, your dwarf does not know. He just couldn't get a good read. Even though you yourself might be like, he might attack me, your dwarf does not think that. So you have to play it off like that. That's the role-playing part of it. So your halfling bard, Shiny Pichu, don't worry about how much stuff there is, because essentially you're out of bardic inspiration. So what you can do is, you can do vicious mockery. You can scream insults at an enemy, and if they fail their save, you do 1d4 psychic damage, and they have disadvantage on their next attack. Or you can do Bane. You can target up to 3 creatures within 30 feet of you, and if they fail their save, they have to roll a d4 and subtract it from their attacks and their saving throws. So do you want to debuff? Well, I guess they're both debuffs. Do you want to insult them, or do you want to try to not permanently, but a longer lasting effect on him? Your character is a little halfling lady who is a bard. She plays music and has magic that goes along with that. That's your character, yes. I read it wrong. You are also very low on health. So I would probably say you get the max distance, like probably here. This guy's dead, you don't have to worry about him. You're going to insult? Alright. You can only reach this guy, so you're going to insult the boss, who you can't see right now. This guy over here fighting your ranger friend. What do you say to insult him? Last time she did this, she told the goblins they all smell like piss. Alright, so you say just something really foul that you don't want to say. I respect it. He has to make a... what was it? Charisma saving throw? Yeah. No. This one is a wisdom saving throw. Which he doesn't get a... Oh, wait, that's you. Does he get a bonus to wisdom? He gets 1. Nope, he gets 2. So let's see. He rolled a 16, plus his 2 is 18, and your difficulty check is 15. So he beat it, so you don't do the damage or get the debuff. He resisted your magic. And I assume you don't want to move because you're far away from this guy now. Exactly, the dolphins. Oh, that should be Vicious Mockery. I had something fun where I was playing a halfling bard, actually. And my DM was a good friend of mine. And we made a deal where I would make... I had like a notebook and I wrote down like insults. And if my insult that I told the enemy made my DM laugh, it succeeds. It was a fun time. Or no, it didn't succeed, but the character had disadvantage on his saving throw. 1 to the left. Alright. And then you don't have any bonus actions, really. You're very low on health. So that's going to end your turn. Now, Emily, you're still here. Your wizard is up. Where is that sheet? There it is. So the wizard has the firebolt she's been doing. Thunderclap is like if you're surrounded, you can do a little bit of damage to everybody around you. She's got Magic Missile, which is a guaranteed hit, does some decent damage. And then Ice Knife is... You're too far to do Ice Knife, but you throw an Icy Dagger, it does damage, then it explodes and hits other people around it. So you probably don't want to do that Ice Knife attack on this guy because it would hit your ranger friend. So Magic Missile or Firebolt would probably be the best options. And the only enemies left are the boss and the ranger goblin up there shooting arrows. This guy, for now, seems friendly. It seems like your dwarf friend let him live and he's not attacking. And again, you are behind this tree. Your Firebolt and Magic Missile could reach the ranger or the boss. You can hit either one. The boss has taken very little damage, and the ranger has taken no damage, but is obviously much weaker than the boss. You can also split them up, do like 2 to 1, 1 to the other. I saw it pop up. Yeah, I'll read it after. I was trying to read it now, but it went away. Alright, you're going to hit the archer guy. I forget, do you have your own dice or no? Because you could roll them. If not, I'll do the damage. Split it? Alright. How do you want to split it? Because you have to do it all at once. You can't like wait and see what happens, unfortunately. They all get released at once. So who's getting 2 and who's getting 1? You don't have dice? All good. I will roll. I'm going to make a command where you guys can roll dice. I tried to and it did not work, unfortunately. So, Magic Missile, again, is 3 little orbs of light blue magical energy. And then you just shoot them out, and they automatically hit. 2 on Ranger, 1 on the boss. Okay, so I'm going to roll these 3 dice. We're going to say the red one is for the boss. Well, you rolled max damage on the boss. So it's 1d4 plus 1 for each one. So this is doing 2. Plus 4. So you did 6 to the Ranger. Let me write that down. And then the boss took the full damage, so 4 plus 1 is 5. He is here. So once again, he takes this hit and he just grins like, this is a tough guy. But Magic Missile is amazing. So just to, let's see. So your Firebolt and Thunderclap are cantrips, meaning they don't use up like your spell slots, your like resource. But Magic Missile and Ice Knife do. She's only got 3 spell slots, and I used Magic Missile before, so you can only do one of these two one more time, just so you know. And the other ones you can spam. So with that being done, it's Lumineon's turn again. This guy is Hunter's marked by you. And you have your sword out, you can keep attacking. At this point, you're allowed to use your action to disengage, so you can run away without getting hit. But then you can't attack, but you can get space between you and him. Do you want to do that? Or do you want to just stay in melee with him? Yeah, the bow is where it's at. So you're going to use your action to disengage, so you get away. He cannot attack you. And where do you go? I'm not going to move you. Where do you go? Oh, and for fun, because the ranger is on a tree branch and shooting, and he took 2 magic missiles, I'm going to have him make an acrobatics check to see if he can keep his balance or fall off the tree, because that's fun. He's good. He rolled a 14 plus whatever. He almost falls down. He's like, ah. Well, you're alone against the boss pretty much. Like, you know that you're a good fighter, like you're good at fighting, but you're a ranger. You use a bow. Melee is not your forte, but you can do it when you need to. To the right, so you want to be by the ladies over here, or do you want to go up towards the dwarf? Because the archer can reach you over here. So let me know, like, next to what character or near what character. Cross, your turn is next. Well, actually, the one that you had surrender is next, and then it's you. Go to the dwarf? Okay, so you can move 1, 2, 3, 4. You want to be, like, next to him? Like, behind him in terms of the archer? You can let me know exactly where you want to be. It's going to be this goblin's turn who surrendered. He is going to... He looks around. And he surrendered, so he doesn't know maybe that this bugbear came to help them. And he's looking around and like, you guys are fine, and 2 of his friends are dead. And his last friend is not doing so well on that branch. So he's going to pick up a rock and just throw it at his buddy. He's turning on them because he sees you guys winning. He's choosing the winning side. Little traitor. Alright, Pichu, have a good one, dude. Thanks for hanging out. He got a 6 plus stuff. It misses. And now they're yelling at each other in Goblin. Now it's your turn, Cross. We'll say that this guy did step out a bit. You can see there's a big dude over here that your ranger friend was fighting. It looks so light on stream. This is like green and dark, and it looks like it's a desert with trees on it. I'll have to do a filter on it next time, get the color better. I just noticed that. Or maybe it's just on that phone it's lighter. Because it looks like it's sand when it's grass and bush and stuff. The dwarf, you only got hit once early. You have 28 HP and you've taken 7 damage. So you have 21. You still have that self-heal that can probably top you off. But the heal is you roll a 10-sided die and you add 1. So if you rolled a 1, you would just heal 2. But if you roll a 10, you're going to be at full health. Or you can save it in case you take more damage. And you're still inspired. So you still have that if needed. Oh, and I should say, I want to stream on the main channel later, but I'm not sure if I will. So if I do, it's going to be like 2 hours later than normal. I have a few things I have to do in between. And I have no idea what I would stream, so just a note. And like you said, Cross, this is like Fire Emblem, except you actually get to make your character however you want. They can look like anything. They can be anything. And you get to customize how they're built as well. Alright, so since you're playing the dwarf, if you're being a player, meaning you're controlling one character, then you only control that character. So you control the dwarf. You can tell her character, like, or ask her to open the chest. You can be like, I'm gonna go take care of that big guy. You can check the chest if you want. Although there's still a bad guy up there. So you make whatever suggestion you do to her, and then you head towards this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can just get into melee with him. When you come over, he grins. He's like, "All right, this dude looks like he'd be a good fight." Because the ranger is he's kind of like thin and he's not great with the sword. But he sees a armored dwarf and he's like, "All right, this is gonna be good." You still have your action and bonus action. Alright, so you suggest she takes care of the ranger or the chest. And I'm sure you tell her, like, the goblin on the ground is, like, okay with you guys now, because she might not have seen him turn on them. So she's got all the info going forward. Are you attacking this guy? He also has a shield, so he's going to be pretty hard to hit, just like you are. Attacking the enemy, got it. Rolled a 14. Your dwarf gets +5, 19. That is going to hit him, I believe. Yep. So your damage again is a d8. Wow, 8 on the die, +3. So 11 to him. He was laughing when getting hit before. That one hurt, though. That was a big amount of damage. And you're holding on to your heal, right? You don't want to use it yet? It's probably a good idea to save it. It goes to the halfling, shiny left, so I will control her. She will try... She's going to try to cast Bane on this guy. Gotham City. I have a really bad way. Gotham City will kneel for me. Something like that. So she's going to try to cast Bane. Try to make it harder for him to do stuff, essentially. He has to make a charisma saving throw. He has -3 to that, so it's probably going to work. He rolled a 10, so his total is a 7. He fails. So he's Hunter's Marked, and now he is Baned as well. We gotta use purple for Bane, right? It's like a dark magic effect. We'll put that on him. So whenever he makes another saving throw or attacks, he has to roll a d4 and subtract it from his total. And you're concentrating on that spell, the halfling, so she just has that. I'll explain concentration really quick. Some spells they're marked as a concentration spell. So while this halfling is concentrating on the Bane spell, she can still cast other spells. But if she gets hit, she has to make a concentration check essentially to see if the spell gets dropped or not. So if she gets hit really hard, she's probably going to drop that spell. Like, she just can't take it. Or she might resist it. But that's concentration, pretty much. That's her turn. She's really hurt. She's, like, going back farther. She's hiding behind the tree. And now, Emily, it's up to you again. We have the boss, who is starting to show a little bit of wear. A little bit of damage. And the ranger, he's doing alright. Actually, I lied. He's also hurting. If you had to guess, they'd both be around half HP. You have that one more spell slot if you want to do Magic Missile. Or you can spam Firebolt. Thunderclap wouldn't really help you right now. Firebolt? Alright, so you shoot one Firebolt. It does a d10 though if it hits. That's a 9. Plus your 5 is 14. And this is a good point. It's actually his armor class is 14. He's big and tough, but he's not all that quick and he's not really armored. So he's got a low AC but a lot of hit points. When there's a contested roll, the person rolling has the advantage, if that makes sense. You hit his AC, so it hits. Just like if somebody was sneaking and you were trying to do perception to see if you can hear them, if you hit their stealth check, you know they're there. So you hit, and you do 1d10 of fire damage. That's a 6. We don't add anything to that. So he takes 6. Now you can smell his hair starting to burn, and he was already dirty. Like, this dude is gross. And then, do you want to stay still? You're kind of like... the archer could still get you. Do you want to hide behind that tree? You're not fully behind it. You would still have line of sight of the boss. It's just one step to the right. Frederick, what's up, dude? You could move like one space to the right and be behind the tree. Alright. So the ranger guy has... He can still see you, but you've got really good cover, so it'd be very hard to hit you if he chose to attack you. Alrighty, after that, it's this guy's turn again, the goblin archer on the tree. The last thing that happened to him was this little goblin threw a rock at him. So they're still arguing. He's going to try to shoot the goblin. He's given up on attacking you guys. He sees that his friend is turned on them. Oh no. Oh no. Natural 20. So let's see if this goblin survives. His HP is... Well, let's do the attack first. Or the damage, rather. The die roll. So this gets doubled. Okay, it's a 4, so it does 8 damage plus 3. He takes 11. What's he at? Oh, he's fine. He didn't take a whole lot of damage. But then he gave up when he saw people dying. It hurt, but he's okay. He's not dying or anything. And then the goblin is going to... Oh, Frederick. Are those the ones that look like dragon eyes? I've seen those. They're really cool. I've seen some with spiders inside them. I actually showed them to you, I think, a while ago. The ranger still has a bonus action and his move. Now, goblins have a special feature called Nimble Escape. They can disengage or hide as a bonus action. For other characters, it would take their full action, but goblins are quick. So he's going to use his movement to kind of hop down the tree. And he's going behind the trunk of the tree. You can't see him anymore. I have the mini behind me, so it's not on the board, but you don't see him at the moment. But he definitely is not dead. After that... What's up, Chris? Thank you for lurking, bro. Hope you're doing well. Alright, Cross, it's up to you again. Fighting the boss over here. Did you take a picture of the dice, Frederick? I can show you some that I think you're talking about. Who's behind a tree? The goblin archer that's been shooting at you guys jumped down the tree and then went behind the trunk of the tree he was on. You don't know if he's still back there or if he ran off with the rest of his movement. You can worry about it later, or you can go inspect it now. The dwarf has taken 7 damage off of your 28 HP, so you're still doing fine. You're very hard to hit with that shield and your armor. I was going to have it be 5 heroes, but it would take even longer, and I figured if I make him really tanky with 3 ranged people, it'd be fine. And that's true. It's been pretty balanced. Frederick, we got to figure out a time for us to play, because you are only available on the weekend, and Sonic only works during the weekend, so you two can literally not play together. Attack the enemy? Let's do it. 8 plus 5, 13. His armor class was... So his armor class is 14. So do you want to use your inspiration, and then you're guaranteed to hit him? Because the lowest you can get is a 1, making it 14. I blame Sonic. I blame both of you, because I want you both to play. I don't want to have to pick between you two, but I do want to run a game. So I don't want to pick. And it'd be hard to run 2 separate things just because of 2 people's schedules, you know? I was thinking, actually, maybe we could do a thing where one week we play on the weekend, and the next week we play during the week. So your characters will have to, like, switch on and off, but that's the only way it can work. So if you guys are down with that, you'll use your inspiration. Alright, the Halfling Bard's final inspiration is used. We're not even going to roll, because even the lowest roll would make it a hit. We're going to roll a d8 for your axe. 7 plus your 3 is 10. That was a big hit on him. He is here. So he went from flexing to taking some damage to he's kind of hurting now. He's showing like desperation. He's looking around, holding his shoulder. And then it's the end of your turn unless you want to do your heal, which I think you're still going to save. If anything different, you can tell me. We're going to move on to the next person. A halfling. I think she's a little bit of a coward. She's going to just hide behind the tree. She doesn't really have many spells left, and she thinks, you got it, you're good. She's just going to hide, and we'll say she's drinking a potion or something. And heals a little bit. I didn't give the characters like full-on inventories, just stats and everything they needed for combat. Emily, it is your turn. It seems the only target right now is the boss. That goblin seems to be friendly now, or at least against the goblins. And the ranger ran away. The guy in the tree. I'll post in the group chat, Frederick, after this. I have a group chat for D&D. I plan on running it soon and like streaming the sessions where the players will make their own characters from scratch. If you want to be part of it at all, just let me know. I will add you to the group. Yeah, there's also no Nightbot on top of me not having the commands yet. So you didn't use Magic Missile last turn, so you can use that for some guaranteed hits. You can use Firebolt, which is a D10, bigger than the other ones. You can do Ice Knife, but it would hit your friend that's near the boss. So 2 of your spells are pretty much not useful right now. You can go for a guaranteed bit of damage, or... I mean, at this point, it would be more damage than Firebolt, unless you rolled like all ones. Pretty funny how I have the camera set up. I'll show you. It's on one of those card holder things on top of this little tower I have. I'm going to figure out something better for next time, but this works. Magic Missile, let's do it. No roll needed, they just hit. So we got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He is barely holding on. Like, that almost finished him. He is about to be done. Magic Missile is great. And then later on, you can cast it at a higher, like, level and do more of them. It's crazy. After the wizard... Lumi, I think it's your turn. No, I know it's your turn. I might have actually accidentally skipped you, because for the goblin I wrote down archer, and for you I wrote down ranger, and I might have just had him go twice. Because I feel like you haven't gone in a while. Or no, I guess the last thing the dwarf did was tell you to do something, or ask you to do something. So I don't think we skipped you, actually. Usually I'd write down, like, the characters' names, but we're doing a tutorial. I just wrote their classes, and it bit me in the butt. Maybe. I don't know. Hey, if you didn't notice it, it's fine. Or whatever he is. Wait, what are you saying? I might have missed one of your messages in between that. I see LOL and then or whatever he is. Do you want to go for the chest? Interact with that goblin over there. Shoot the boss. Oh, these dice I love. These are 4-sided dice. I want to get more, but like, do I really need more? Normally when you get a set of dice, they come with a d4 that's like a pyramid, like this. But when they roll, they just kind of land. They don't actually like tumble much. So I prefer these when I'm rolling d4s, especially on stream, because that's hard to see compared to just these being right side up, you know? Shoot the goblin? I really don't need more dice. I sold a bunch of them recently. I sold sets that I like had a near identical set of, pretty much. Sold duplicates, because, you know. You're gonna shoot the goblin, the little one that's been helping you guys. You're gonna shoot him. That ranger's just like, a goblin's a goblin. You don't trust it? I would say after the other archer ran off, he would turn around again, so he's not focused on that. She's gonna shoot the one. Well, okay, that's her character's choice. 13 plus your 3 is 16. That's gonna hit him. Luckily, you didn't do Hunter's Mark on him, because... Let's see if you can still kill him or not. Max damage. Let me check his HP. Oh, he only got hit once before, so he's actually okay. It's 8 plus your 3 from dexterity. So it's that, and then that. He's barely alive. He's just holding his chest where there's an arrow now. And he's looking at you like, why? I changed sides. I was helping you. He looks very sad and very desperate and defeated. He's still alive, but near death's door. And then it's his turn. And he has already dropped his weapon. His weapon is like near you over here. He dropped it when he surrendered to the dwarf. He might just try to run away. Let me think. They're not smart creatures, but he might just dash over to the dwarf. He's gonna use his movement and his action. And actually, he can use his bonus action, too. He can move 3 times, essentially. So he climbs up this tree, and then he's gone. You don't see him. Yeah, the guy on the tree is gone. But now this one climbed into this tree. You can't see my hand. This tree that you can't see. This one. So the other guy was on the back one. This one in the middle on this side. He's in there somewhere. Obviously the leaves and the branches, everything are bigger, so it's more coverage. So you don't see him, but he climbed up that trunk. Well, Frederick, he was attacking them too, and then he gave up when he saw they were winning. He only surrendered because his side was losing, and he didn't see his boss show up over here. But he's gone right now. Very low health, but gone. That was his turn. It's back to Cross. Oh wait, I think I skipped the bugbear. Yeah. So he's been taking these hits, not attacking back. Now he's low on health, and he has to decide fight or flight. That's a good point. He turned on his own people only because they were losing, not because he thought it was the right thing to do. Goblins don't care, usually. This bugbear, for as strong and tough as he looked, he's going to try to run away. He's going to put his hands in front of him and then swing them behind his body and just roar like the Hulk with his arms behind him, and then he's going to try to run away. So Mr. Dwarf gets an opportunity attack, which I assume you'll take, but I'm going to ask, do you want to attack him? If you hit him, he's probably dead. Otherwise, he's getting away from you guys. He sees it's a losing battle. He doesn't want to die. You have put the fear of God in him. He's never been defeated like this before. You can always flip a coin if you don't want to choose. So, he doesn't seem... Here, we'll have your dwarf make an insight check again. As this guy is roaring and looking defeated... Okay, look. I rolled a natural 20 for your insight. So, you know, just by going back and forth with this creature, he has he has pride. Like, he was showing off before. So, he doesn't look like he's the type that would run away and never come back. Like, he would probably come after you again. With a natural 20, you can tell that from fighting with him and then his reaction here. So you think if you don't end him now, he will come back. He's vengeful and prideful. And if you wanted to, you could try to grapple him as well. And, like, just capture him, so to speak. And this is the best part of D&D. What game is going to give you that many options and actually have it matter? Most games give you an option and then later they're like, it doesn't matter. He was going to get away anyway, right? You get to choose his fate right here. He also showed up with these goblins, and you know that those small goblins, usually their leader is a bugbear, so he's the leader of these goblins. No, you can't do that in Fire Emblem. You can't choose to kill them or save them or let them go or grapple them and hold them hostage. You can't do any of that. It's the same as the other goblin. Like, it's up to you. You can capture him and make him, like, work for you as a servant, or I don't know. It's up to you. That's D&D. Is you don't ask me, you just do it and see what happens. I'm not going to tell you. He was very strong, so you think if you could tame him and make him work for you, he'd be a valuable ally, but he was also trying to kill you guys, and you don't know why. They just ambushed you, using that treasure chest as bait, and the bard fell for it, because the bard is greedy, as they usually are. Make him a pet. Again, he is prideful, so if you were going to, like, try to befriend him or tame him, he's probably going to be pretty resistant to that. You're going to capture him? So it's going to be a contested roll then, because you're trying to, like, tackle him to the ground as he's running away. So you're going to make a grapple check, so it's going to use the dwarf's strength, which is +3. And the bugbear has a +4. So if you roll higher, you can restrain him. If he rolls higher, he's going to slip away and be gone. We'll say the light one is you, and the dark one is the enemy. Wait, is that a tie? I think it is. Because he has one more than you on his modifier, and you rolled one different, so you tied. And technically, since you're initiating the roll, you succeed on a tie. So he gets restrained. You jump on him, and you're holding him down, and he's just too weak to even resist. He's at like 2 HP or something. So you're just restraining him. And now combat is over. So at this point, the combat tutorial's over, but normally we'd continue and I'd say, okay, you have him, you have some rope, you tie him up, we'd do the whole story. You go look in the treasure chest and you find that there's nothing in there because obviously it was a red herring. It was meant just to attract the adventurers so goblins could kill them and steal their possessions. And then we'd go over the loot on the goblins. They'd probably have a little bit of gold they've stolen from people, maybe some weapons, maybe something magical hidden away. But I did not plan for all that because we're just doing combat. But that's D&D combat. What'd you guys think? Like I said, it's hard to not be a slog at times, just back and forth, but I freaking love it. I had one session that was 3 hours of just combat, and it was the best session, all of my players said. It was like a big boss battle, like the evil guy of the whole campaign, so it was pretty intense. And a lot of their NPC friends died. Makes me miss D&D. That's why I added you to that group. We're going to make a group and play. Does anybody have any questions before I end? And we'll see about later if I stream. I'm not entirely sure. Yep, Emily, I added you too. We'll have to figure out a time. It's just Frederick and Sonic have completely different schedules. Frederick, just quit your job and play D&D. Or take one day off. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. But we'll get a group together and we'll actually make your characters and play some sessions. You have an idea? What? I'm glad you had fun. I'm glad you participated, Cross. I wasn't sure if you would. It would have been fine if not, but I'm glad you did. I love this dwarf mini. I had to use it. Now, because I'm an experienced DM, I always prepare for everything, or at least I try to. So if the combat was too hard, I would have nerfed the bugbear a little bit. And if it was too easy, I had more goblins for you guys to take out. But it was actually pretty balanced. Well, you guys were a bit stronger because you had magic and stuff, but that's the point. Unless it's like a big story boss fight, I usually don't try to make the battles too hard. They'll be balanced or something like that. I never make easy challenges. I never make deadly ones unless it's a very well-known like boss you guys have been after or something. Oh my god, I was thinking about that when I mentioned they could switch off. Well, I'll talk to them and I'll bring that up. What's up, Anna? How's it going? We are just about to end, but I appreciate you coming through. And the doof is here. What's up, bro? Sonic is Sonic. He can be at two places at once. We'll figure it out. Again, I would hate to have to pick one of you over the other because I'm not going to do that. I don't pick friends over other friends. I'm waiting for one of you to back out. No, I'm kidding. We'll figure something out. But yes, that could be fun with the dual personalities. They'd have to agree to be the same like race and class and character essentially, and then just have different personalities. I think they would both like that. Frederick, what do you think about that? We'll rotate between week and weekend. So we'll play once a week. So you will play every other week. You and Sonic have to agree on the same type of character and just have different personalities. And you guys could talk about that. I'll bring it up to him first, though. But what do you think about it? You could be like, so what did we do last session? Oh, we did this. Like, oh, you killed a peasant? Why? Because I was hungry for blood. You don't have to decide right now. I'm just wondering what your thoughts are on it, but we can worry about it later. I'll stream a little bit longer while I clean stuff up and put stuff away. But yeah, this was really fun. Last time I got to DM us doing some role-playing in a tavern, and we got combat today. The third pillar besides combat and roleplay is exploration. Exploration. Which would probably be where we go next, because you guys are in the middle of this forest. I don't know, Frederick. We'll talk with Sonic, and we'll see if you guys can figure something out. If not, I'm gonna have to like flip a coin because I do want to start, and the only reason we haven't started is because you guys literally have the exact opposite schedules. How dare you guys do that? How dare you stop us from playing sooner? And since I made these characters and their like stats and stuff, I'm gonna keep using them for like future tutorial stuff. Maybe we'll add some new ones, some different races and classes. Who am I? Two-Face? Two-Face is a great character. No superpowers at all, just a dude who flips a coin. Amazing. Let's see. I will show off these trees real quick. I bought these on Temu. They were the big one. There's a big one. I don't know if you guys could even see how big that one is. That one in the back, I have 2 of those. Those were $5 each. All the little ones were like $4 each. I have made my own trees, but they're kind of messy because they use like a moss type thing. Not moss, but I forget the term. So it gets everywhere. This is nice and easy because it's plastic, and I can take the leaves off if I wanted like a tree with nothing on it. Or if we were in like a cold climate place, I would just take them all off. So, it's a pretty good deal for having that versatility. Pumpkin soup? Ugh, you and your pumpkin nonsense. Yuck! And as you guys saw, I can put a character on them and they're just fine. So, I'm happy with those. They're better than I could make, so I'm just gonna use them. Maybe I'll make some different designed trees, though. But I think I'm gonna end it here, guys. Are there any last questions about anything or everything? I don't like pumpkin, Frederick. I've had it many times in different ways, and I just don't enjoy pumpkin. People only like it when it's this time of year. Otherwise, they don't care. Emily, not you too. No! No, no, no. Oh, and it's like 5 exactly right now. Good timing. So this was 2 hours. Okay. Ugh, pumpkin. Alright, so most of you are in the group chat already, so we'll try to figure out a time soon to play, or at least start making our characters, or your characters, together. Because I got stuff planned for you guys to play already. But we'll end it here. Thank you guys for coming through and playing. This was a lot of fun. Just a little taste of what the combat would be like in D&D. We didn't cover anything too advanced, just the basic stuff. At the end of the day, it's essentially adding your best stat when you attack. Like, the wizard has intelligence. Drop my mic. The archer has dexterity, the fighter has strength, so on and so forth. It's pretty easy once you get it. Alright, I might stream later, I'll let you guys know. But thank you again. Have a great rest of your day if I don't see you.